Hello.
Hey guys, how are you? Thank you for tuning in again. We're here.
We are here.
But it's different.
It's very sterile right now because I haven't hung any of my posters.
Well, we would like to welcome everyone to our new space, the Gopher Den. Whatever.
Gophers have dens.
The Gopher Den. But yeah,
you can say it's the Zach Shack too. But
the Zach Shack. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. We have such a really big show today. What is up? Let's see. We got John. We got Bill. John. Oh, two Johns. We got Nicholas. Chris. Hey guys, what's up? What's up?
I feel like
hostage video. Yes, I know.
Yeah, no, it's very sterile. I'm still getting used to the new digs.
Yes, please comment. Comment in the chat section. That way you can take part of all the cool stuff we're giving away today. Give it a second for people to show up.
Yeah, absolutely. So what you been doing this week, Mac?
I've been losing hair.
Losing hair? Dude, I've noticed this bald spot. Like, I don't know if the camera can pick it up. Like, it's right there. Yeah, no, it's rough.
It's been just a crazy week. 2 storms.
You turn 26 and then it's just...
Oh, yeah, guys.
Oh, no, never mind.
Let's wish Zach a happy birthday. Happy birthday. Look at that face.
Yes.
But yeah, just 2 storms, a bunch of craziness.
2 storms missed us both.
Yeah, well, God, we were so lucky.
They both missed us.
We are very, very sorry for all of our brothers and sisters out in Southwest Louisiana.
Western Louisiana.
That sucks. In Texas. I'm just happy that warning happened soon enough that people were able to evacuate for those that did, but it does suck, and yeah, we really hope that they can come back stronger. Let's see.
We got a lot of stuff. That's actually Mr. Matthew. I was about to. That's going to be in the show a little later. The Star Wars paints, they're finally in, and that's just the beginning of the paint sets that are coming in September. Is that right?
No, the Vallejo.
Did it get pushed again?
No, those are in September.
Yeah, that's what I said.
But the Star Wars ones,
they're here now.
They're here now, but those are arm painted.
They're arm painted. They're still a paint set.
No, they're fantastic. The new
paint sets.
Star Wars Legion paint sets are really nice.
Paint sets have come a long way over the past few years because I remember paint sets used to just be like, okay, well, if I want these colors, I guess I'll buy these. But now it's like you get such a great deal out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just they're nice colors. The arm painter ones, Star Wars ones specifically, are cute. You know, they're Geonosian sand instead of, just the usual color. So it's very nice. So, yeah, and I appreciate everyone saying happy birthday. Thank y'all so much.
Does that mean that everybody who comes to the shop, if they sanitize their hands, they can slap you on the butt?
Is that what you do for birthdays?
I think so.
My mom, we didn't grow up that way.
Oh.
It was a hug, Max.
It might be Thai culture though.
Germs.
I'm not sure.
Did your mom smack you in the butt for your birthday?
She just hit me often.
In general?
Because I was a really dumb kid.
See, I was a dumb kid, but the thing is, the fear of my mother was enough to scare me straight.
No, I you see, for us, it wasn't the fear of my mother; it was the fear of the sandal. That came at me a lot. Like that flew. It was like Thor's version of Milner, but it would fly through the air when I was doing something wrong. Like, oh, my mom doesn't see anything, and out of the back of my head or back of my vision, a sandal would hit me upside the head. I'm like, I'm sorry, Mom. And now it's just disappointment. She hits me with I'm so disappointed with you, and then my life just falls apart. Yeah, I love you, Mom. She's
Did she even watch the show?
My mother has just found YouTube. She's come from a different time, and just found out about YouTube, and she's like, "Man, show mommy YouTube," and I'm like, "What do you mean? I want to watch Thai drama." I'm like,
"That's awesome."
What?
That's awesome.
On YouTube? And sure enough, there's just a whole thing of Thai dramas that my mother watches. She just leaves it on all day.
We were actually watching an interview, Hot Ones, I believe.
Yes, with Sean Evans and Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
And he was talking about the importance of YouTube, like in
it is. I mean, it's
in raising his children specifically. Just like, well, they were wondering. The topic was how to fruit rot.
Yes.
And how does a piece of fruit rot? And there was like, so many videos that he could just show his kids, and that wouldn't be available. It's like, you find the book and there's maybe a picture, but it's just a different experience. So now it's
absolutely.
The future is now, buddy.
Absolutely.
The future is now, and I'm here for it.
All right. Well, it looks like we got a bunch of people in here. Marilyn, we do have some specific news on Small World of Warcraft today. Because today's show is sponsored by Asmodee.
Sponsored by Asmodee. Look at their logo. It's very happy.
But yeah, it's a big show. You ready to get into it?
I say so.
All right, let's do it. Well, guys, this week there are a bunch of really sweet releases that have come out, and then we have some really fantastic stuff that's going to be available next week. First, starting out with...
So first, Small World of Warcraft. Something we've been talking about for a while. We love it. So what you're seeing right now is actually a limited edition die set for the first
12
customers
that pick up a copy.
Small World of Warcraft. Now, of course, if you've already pre-ordered with us,
you're one of them.
One of the 12, obviously. It goes in a line. We can track all of that very easily. But these are essentially just limited edition dice that replace the typical dice count in the set, and they represent the two major factions of Small World of Warcraft. I have never played World of Warcraft myself, but my boy Michelangelo or Renee Higginbottom, please educate me. I know y'all are World of Warcraft fans. Hit me up. So that is something cool that Asmodee has decided to do, because we found out about this, Friday? Thursday, maybe? No. They're just like, by the way, we're doing this. I'm like, oh my gosh.
But yes, that actually releases next week. So we have Small World of Warcraft in the store next week, next Friday. Or no, this Friday. Is that because we're on Saturday? So it'd be this Friday.
Yeah, the next coming Friday.
This coming Friday.
Whenever we hit up another Friday, it will be World of Warcraft time.
But yes, it will be in store, ready to rock and roll, and it looks really great. Asmodee has been doing some fantastic stuff with their different companies under their umbrella. Days of Wonder, the company that produces Small World, partnering with Blizzard for Small World of Warcraft. It's going to be really cool.
Now, Asmodee has been doing a lot of cool stuff, and then shout out to our Asmodee sales representative.
Oh yes,
Miss Kennedy.
Yes, Miss Kennedy.
She's amazing.
The ish. That's all I can say. That lady gets things done.
Oh yeah, no. She cracks the whip on the warehouse boys. She cracks the whip on the program, the system boys. It's bad.
It's
bad.
I'm very happy with.
She's the Asmodee queen.
They are. Yes.
Yes.
But yes, we're so happy that Asmodee was able to help us with this show. So we have a really great prize package, which we will let you guys know who won for the like and share contest at the end of the show. So what's the next thing we're talking about?
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about. So pretty much there is something that so this is weird because it's always like, scramble to get the product I want to talk about real quick. It's in my closet, like we're at my house. I'll be right back. Oh, forgot it. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, okay?
So I will attempt to soft shoe. No. Okay. Let's see what we got here. One more question. Marvel Splendor. When is the release date for... Oh, hey! We have part of the tech team, Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hi, how are you? I'm good.
Can I ask you a question, Joe?
Sure.
Because we know that,
Boy!
Cassie... Oh.
What are you doing? Nothing.
Oh. Bye, Joe.
Bye.
He was keeping it warm for you.
Yeah, I will not be usurped. All right, so something I've been excited about for a long time, and if you've come into the shop and talked to me, you probably already know about it. This is the first time they've done anything like this.
These are really dope.
This is Arkham Horror, the card game. You saw it as my pick of the week a few weeks ago, and it's something I'm very passionate about just because I love everything about it. Now, the way this game usually works is when you get a deluxe expansion, which is the start of every cycle or a D&D campaign, if you will. you get new investigators. This is the first time they've released investigator decks on their own. This is just, I want to play Arkham Horror with a friend. They have the core game, but man, this pilot looks cool, or this postal worker looks amazing. I want to play this deck.
There's only one character in there that really matters.
This one.
No.
Stella Clark.
No. Nathaniel Cho.
Does Nathaniel Cho have a chainsaw?
Nathaniel Cho is a boxer, and look at that. Look at that face. So serious. So handsome.
What happens? Awesome. What happens when you punch a chainsaw?
I don't think you want to punch a chainsaw.
Well, then his boxing is useless against a chainsaw.
But he will be fast enough to dodge the chainsaw, like Jackie Chan, and then punch you square in the
So what you're saying is just because he's Asian, he's Jackie Chan?
Don't at me.
But no, those are amazing, and they're really great for people who have played for a while, or if you just want to get into it and you want some interesting looking investigators. There's one of each class, and they have some really good cards for experience players, such as the chainsaw. That is the one that people are like losing their mind over, just because, I mean, it's a chainsaw. It's cool. You can kill monsters. Why not a chainsaw?
Or
shotguns are great.
You can Cthulhu right in the tentacle.
Yeah, when he you remember the scene from Infinity War? All that for a drop of blood, you know? Yeah, he's gonna send you back to Davy Jones' locker room. Sorry. So that is something that came in that I was really excited about. Of course, we're at my house, so that's my personal set, but we have more at the shop, of course.
And it is neat because instead of having just a generic investigator deck, you get to start with someone that has extra abilities, cool new ways to interact with the story. It's just really fantastic. Definitely check them out. What's next, my friend?
So if you've been to the store and you've heard me talk about me and Julie, then you know about Throw Burrito. They just came out with a new edition, Throw Burrito Extreme Outdoor Edition with inflatable burritos. And it's absolutely amazing. So,
inflatable burritos, you said? Oh! Why so violent? Anyways.
Wait, hold on. So this is your burrito buddy.
Yes.
He's going to take my place for the rest of the stream.
Hi, burrito buddy. Anyways, so you get 2 of these 3-foot inflatable burritos. You get, can you pass me some of the waterproof cards, please? Thank you. All right, so these fancy guys right here are your character cards that you, I mean, not character cards, but you'll, yes.
Read the screen.
Oh, hey fellas, can't stick around, wanted to tell you. Oh,
thanks, Nick. That's really nice.
That's so sweet of you to say. Thank you so much, man. Definitely, you can watch the rest of the show on our YouTube channel or here on our Facebook page. But once again, thank you. That was really, really awesome of you to say, man. But
give us a smooch.
I don't care, bro. Come on. Anyways, so these cards, waterproof, really large. You can play them outdoors. They won't get messed up. And the idea of the game is that you're collecting tricks, right? You're going to have to get 3 of each card.
So pretty much the way this game works, I'll put that in the burrito. We'll put this down here. So those cards you just showed you, those are going to be the point cards. You are trying to match up 3. You're trying to get 3 of a kind, and then you'll put them down in front of you as a point. But there are burrito duel cards, burrito war cards, burrito brawl, burrito to the death, essentially. And when you get 3 of those, you put those down, you scream, and then you start pulling it.
Oh, you just no. And then what happens after that? Once you pull the burrito death cards or
burrito death cards. So pretty much you just essentially there's 2 burritos. You grab. Every player tries to grab a burrito as fast as they can, and they have to hit someone with it. If you get hit, you get a wound, which means that you get -1 point at the end of the round. And the round is over when all the cards are used or all the wounds are given out.
And don't you have to like discard the cards to your?
Mm-hmm. It is a game that is not turn dependent. You have your cards. It's like, oh, I need to draw a new card. You draw. You don't care about anyone else, and you're discarding into your opponent's discard pile, and it's chaos. It's so much fun.
But then you got to dodge this stupid 3-foot burrito.
Mm-hmm. And if you're not paying attention or you're too engrossed in what you're doing, guess what? Burrito time.
But yeah, it's super cute. It's a lot of fun. If you guys want to come and see the 3-foot burrito, we have it in the shop, and it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, he hangs out by the door.
What else we got, brother?
All right, we got a few other things. So there is a new pre-order coming for D&D, something that everyone's really excited for.
Oh, yeah.
Tasha's Cauldron and everything. We've already received a few pre-orders for it. This is a pure player source book.
Mm-hmm.
This is just for players. Don't get me wrong, I mean, DMs who are players too can, of course, get it. It's good. But this is by the players for the players.
Yes.
This is definitely for characters, for doing cool things, for everything you want. But Mac is the RPG guy more so than myself, so I'm going to let him take away with what specifically is in there.
It definitely is going to have a couple of reprints. It's going to take in character races and classes from different books. Like I know it's going to have Warforged and Artificers from the Eberron book, and it's going to bring those into the one place. It's going to have a bunch of the Unearthed Arcana from the website. So all the FAQs and all the erratas and things like that will all be placed in this book. It's basically going to crack open the system and allow players to kind of reinvent things, which is going to be fantastic. There's just so much stuff in this book.
It's something that's been missing for a little while.
Yeah.
The thing is, D&D is such a great game. It's just for the more experienced players who play quite often. This is something that's going to, I think, breathe out a lot of new life into things they haven't considered before.
Absolutely. But we do have it available for pre-order. Remember to please check out our web store, www.go4gamesnola.com. And when you pre-order it, make sure you use the code PRE-ORDER. That way you get 10% off your order. What else we got, bro?
All right. So pretty much that's all what I consider the small things I want to talk about in the beginning. There's a big thing I want to talk about. We're a big person I want to talk to.
Yeah.
So you know him. He's cool. He's handsome.
Yes.
I don't know, wildly famous. So
we like to introduce a writer and actor of NCIS New Orleans, Agent Sebastian Lund, Rob Kerkovich. Hey, Rob, what's up, man?
Hey, guys. How's it going?
Being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
So we wanted to ask you, first off, for the people out there, we're big fans. We've seen you on NCIS New Orleans. I've seen you in Cloverfield. You've been.
You saw me in Cloverfield. You must have.
Hey, go, man! Come on. You were on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. You did a little bit in The New Girls.
Mm-hmm.
Just tell us a little bit about what you do, man.
Wow. Okay. Well, I'm an actor who predominantly plays himself in everything, and because I'm not really a good actor, I'm just very lucky. And I've been acting or trying to act, I guess, since I graduated from college, and cut my teeth on a lot of commercials and guest star stuff that you had mentioned, and then kind of won the lottery. And got cast in NCIS New Orleans. So moved here to New Orleans, where you guys are as well. That's how we met. And I've just been solving crimes ever since.
So, because you're not originally from New Orleans, was there any culture shock from coming from New York to here? And what was the weirdest thing? Like, this is what you guys do down here?
I don't. You know what? I think it's besides the body / toxic shock that I went through in terms of just like eating everything. The problem is I turned 35 when I moved here. And that is apparently also the time where my metabolism decided it was going to like pump the brakes a little bit. So, and this place is not, the food here is not built for
conducive to that.
Slower metabolism.
Yeah.
So I was like eating beignet because I used to be like a garbage disposal. I could just eat whatever, and I was just destroying beignets and po' boys on the reg. And then suddenly I was like, "What is this like squishy stuff on the side of my body?" So besides that, it was I grew up in Massachusetts and I went to college and lived in LA. So when I came here and actually encountered people who were just sort of like randomly nice on the street, just complete strangers, that was the biggest culture shock. I remember distinctly walking my dog after living here for a few months, and I had my infant son in like a little carrier, and the dog had pooped, and I was like struggling to get a bag and hold the dog, and the baby's head is here. And this dude that was just like sitting on his porch across the street was like, "You want me to pick that up for you?" And I was like, "Whoa!" Like it completely, like I froze because I just was not used to somebody, a stranger, A, just speaking to me, and B, offering to pick up, a stranger's dog's feces. So that was like a big indication of like the friendly people that lived here. So that was the biggest sort of shock. Was like, oh God, I have to talk to people because they actually want to speak to me. So that was pretty much it.
Yeah, they it is definitely
I've grown up here and I'm still not used to talking.
it is definitely I have to say one of the coolest things about the New Orleans charm. It's just the openness and friendliness.
Yeah,
you could be walking around and then you go sit down at a bar, or you kind of sit down outside and like, hey, how you doing? And then they just start talking to you, And it's really fantastic how welcoming and open people are here, which is really nice.
Yeah, it's true that the Southern hospitality thing it's real. Did not know that's true.
So, how have you been doing during quarantine, man?
Oh, great! It's the best time of my life. No, it's awful. It sucks. I mean, we had just had, my wife and I had another kid right before it hit. So it's been a lot of just like focus on the baby,
right?
Put on baby blinders, so it's been good for him, I guess. He's loving it. But I miss my friends. I usually see them like sort of in this venue on the computer screen. But I'm kind of like a more sociable guy. So it's been a bit of a existential test of will to go through this whole thing. But yeah, we'll see where it goes. It's definitely a learning experience. Spending a lot of time with myself, which is usually not my thing. So
no, I understand that. I would like to say that I too have been feeling your plight, but I just spend all my time with Zach. So
well, there you go. You got Zach. I just have my family. They're great. I love them. When my son watches this 20 years from now in a bunker, I hope that he knows that I love him.
Oh, excuse for 1 second. The big reason we want to talk to you about is being as busy as you are in your daily life and with your work and things like that. Being an actor, you definitely have to fit some very creative things. You have to hit some very creative places. You're an active gamer.
Mm-hmm.
I know personally that you are a big fan of Fantasy Flight's X-Wing.
Exactly.
Of course, you do D&D and things like that. How do you use gaming in your life?
I'm so sorry.
Oh, sure. Well, it looks like I'm losing Zach, but I'm gaining.
I didn't even get a chance to bore him with the answer.
This is Joe, part of our tech team.
What's up, Joe?
But actually, how do you use your gaming hobby in your life? Like, what do you use it for? Do you use it to help you with your creativity, to de-stress, things like that?
Yeah, I think a little bit of everything. I was and continue to be an only child. So for me, gaming was very much it's always been about hanging out with friends because I just kind of like need that in my life. Plus, the geek side of it gets. Did I get muted? Oh, am I here?
Oh, sorry. We're having some technical difficulties. Are you still with us, Ross?
I am here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you totally fine.
Also, I just noticed, I don't know can anyone else see this, that it says CSI New Orleans, Rob Kerkovich?
No, I have no idea. Does it?
It's all right. I just don't want people to Google CSI New Orleans and get confused when it doesn't exist.
Oh.
But yeah, should I keep going? It seems like...
Yes, please go. I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, no, it's all right.
Just a little backstory. I just moved into this place, and there was an issue with the hot water heater with like a little bit of water. So that's the gentleman that just came by. And he's like, no. This is why it happened. You're fine. You're not going to die. So
Great.
There.
Oh,
sorry.
We had a ticking time bomb?
Yeah. You just didn't know.
Oh, good. Oh, wow. That's New.
You asked me, I could have come over and checked it out. I was a hot water major in college, actually.
Hot water major?
Yeah. Well, just hot water in general. I just know everything there is about water that's heated.
Oh,
actually, if you want a funny story, and by funny I mean semi-tragic, when I was in LA in my 20s, my apartment burned to the ground. I didn't burn to the ground. The roof of it burned off because our hot water heater malfunctioned. I don't want to put any fears in your brain right now, Zach. A horrible fire was started while I was in the dead of sleep and burnt down half of our apartment building because it malfunctioned. So anyway, just make sure that guy's cool with it. It's all cool.
Yeah, no, he's works for the property. So he says, no, this it came from, I don't know exactly what he said because I'm not a smart man. But he's like, no, don't worry about that. If it keeps happening like after a month, yeah, but like, no, don't worry about that.
Great. All right, cool.
But yeah. Let's talk about some gaming.
Let's do it. Yeah. So don't burn down. So yeah, it's been a lot about hanging out with friends, and that's sort of what I got out the most of it. And then I just grew up kind of a nerd anyway, so anything that had to do with, dragons or magic or Star Wars is really the gateway to all of it. I mean, I played Magic the Gathering in high school with my friends, and that was. Not to date myself, that was like it had only been out for like a year or two. And then got into a lot of video games. But it's funny, it's like as I got older, I've shifted from video games to tabletop games, especially since I moved here. And I think part of it was because I needed to find friends here since I didn't have any when I moved here. And the tabletop gaming thing just seemed to be the magnet that I needed to, because I feel like video games have shifted away from sitting on a couch next to your friends and playing, it's all online now. In fact, whatever that last Halo game came out did not even have couch co-op. And that's like the whole reason I played those games. And so it seemed like the logical alternative was to go with some, real intense tabletop games. So that's where I landed. I think it started with, there was a Dungeons and Dragons game called something about Castle Ravenloft. It's like a little miniatures, like a Hero Quest thing.
Yeah.
Got really into it, and then I found out that there was a version of that for Star Wars that was Imperial Assault, and then I went nuts. And I lost I didn't know anybody, and I had nothing else to do except memorize, science words. So I just I went real deep in Imperial Assault, and then that led to X-Wing, which is what I obsess about now.
No, the new ships that are coming out, I think it's end of September.
Yeah, they look dope.
Right? Oh my God! I'm really excited that they're doing the new ships for that, and they're bringing in some of the new Armada stuff. They're doing 2 factions of Armada.
They're really reviving Armada. It seems with the Separatist and the Republic from the Colonial.
Yeah, the one I'm pumped about is there's the First Order shuttle that's coming out that has brought in some of the pilots are from the comics, from the Poe Dameron comics.
Mm-hmm.
Like this guy, what's his name? Commander Terex or Agent Terex. And he's like an amazing character in the Poe Dameron comic. And the fact that I'm just going to play with that guy anyway. I don't even care what he does. He actually has a really cool ability. But even if he didn't, if it was like, you play with him and automatically lose, I would still play with it.
You play by the rule of cool. That's what
exactly. Of
course.
Have you checked out?
You can flip his card. It's crazy, and then you roll a die, and I think depending on what happens, it's a weird mechanic that they're introducing into X-Wing, which is you actually rely on luck to find out if something's going to go your way or not. But even if it doesn't go your way, there's still a way to get out of it. They're opening up all these different avenues, which is pretty cool.
Absolutely. Have you because I know that you've played through since first edition now to the second edition. Do you like the force powers that they've done with the new core set?
I love them. I think they're great. I just like anything the way that they lean into the thematics is really cool, and the force stuff is great. It's all great. Actually, it's funny. I would only play with my friends for the longest time, yet knew that there were places like your establishment where you could actually play with strangers. Mm-hmm. And sort of, as I've already mentioned, talking to people that I don't know is very hard. So, but I also love playing this game, right? And not my friends can't play all the time, right? The times I want to play. So I remember going for games because I was like, you had told me that there's a night there because I was buying ships from you all the time, and you're like, yeah. And so I was like, all right, fine, I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go. This is fine. I'm gonna do it. And it was like I pulled up in the parking lot, and it was like, in Ferris Bueller's Day Off when he finally calls Cameron and he finally convinces him to come like pick him up.
Yeah.
And then you see Cameron in his car, and he's just like, all right, I'm gonna go. I'll go. He's just like decided he can't. I was doing that in your parking lot. Like I pulled up. I had all my little tackle boxes with my little miniature ship, and I was like, maybe I'll go. I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna leave because I was worried about like walking in there with all this crap and then nobody being there and then be like, oh no. But I followed through and I did it, and I don't regret it. It was great.
Oh man,
but that whole like aspect of the going to tournaments and all that stuff I hadn't done until recently, and then everything fell apart. So it's fun.
What list did you use for the tournament?
The first time I went was just like a game night or league night or whatever. I can't remember. Oh, it was. I actually do remember because I'd worked on it forever. It was two Imperial. It was an Imperial list. It was 2 bombers. With like a shuttle, and a TIE Advanced, and I won. I won my first game against a really nice guy named Calvin, and I lucked out and I won. And I was when I left, I was like, maybe I'll never go back. Don't need to now. I got beat a stranger later.
Oh my god! No, Calvin is a super nice guy. Really fantastic.
You know what he is, and it's entirely possible that he let me win. I can see him kind of playing four-dimensional chess and just being like, if I let this man win, he will continue to come. We need players. And so, oops, I lost. So
I've eaten with Calvin. He makes a great Vietnamese crawfish boil.
Oh, nice.
I can say that you definitely won that game because he doesn't throw games. He relishes challenge. So
it was awesome, and he actually I commissioned Calvin because he's an amazing painter.
Oh yeah,
and that's like the next step for me in this game is getting into the painting of it all. I bought they have them over there. I bought like the Legion paints, but I'm too terrified to open them. But I was playing Edge of the Empire with some friends online, the RPG, and the guy who was doing the GM work had created this character that flew it was a bounty hunter that flew a fire spray that was red with black like tiger stripes. And the character was amazing, and so I commissioned Calvin to paint four fire sprays in that style, and also with the teeth, like the World War II kind of like bomber teeth on like the nose.
Yeah.
And because that's how it was described in the Edge of the Empire game by my buddy, and so Calvin painted 4 of those for me, and I sent them out to my friends as like a little surprise gift or whatever. And I like wrote on the bottom, I like crossed off the name of the ship and like wrote on like the character's name on the thing. And so he's an amazing painter too.
Yes, he is. He's a very talented. I don't know if you've ever had a chance to check out his company. He does. He makes custom motorcycles.
I heard that. Yeah, they look amazing.
They're really fantastic, and he just. Bruh, his stuff is amazing.
Yeah,
I want to say it's like Megatron X or Metatron X is the name of his company, but just the aging that he does on the fuselage of the bike.
Oh man, he had such an eye for detail. I mean, we can go deep into this. When I told him, I described it to him, and I was like, it's like red with black tiger stripes, and it's got like sort of the World War II inspired like teeth mouth thing at the bottom of it. He's like, all right, cool. And then he kind of came back and he's like, so if we're talking the Star Wars world, the closest thing to like a tiger would be the Nexu, right, from Attack of the Clones. And I was like, I'm listening. And then he totally painted it so that it had the teeth, and then he did the 4 eyes because the Nexu has like 4 eyes or like multiple eyes that are like stacked up along with it. It was amazing. Yeah, I would lost my mind.
Oh man, do you have a picture of any of this? You have to send it to us. I'd really love to see that.
I have it. I can go if you pause 1 second, or can't pause because we're live. I can run in and get it. It's right. It's like right on the other side of this door.
We would love to see that if that's
hold on a second.
Yeah.
It's us again.
May I please have?
Yeah, I get you. Do you know where it is, Jim? Okay. You handing my drink?
Oh yes, this one. Here we go. But no, oh my God, this is so cool. This is nice.
He's so dreamy.
He is a dreamy boy. He is a dreamy boy. I won't lie.
No, can we highlight Troy Jackson's comment?
Yes.
So we need to get you into Legion. Just keep that up for when he comes back. Oh no, the one before. There we go.
Oh, there we go.
I would love to play Legion with Rob. That'd be awesome.
I think that'd be.
I'd love to just hang out with him.
All right, I'm back.
Yo. So
My kid made the sort of the scum logo.
oh, nice. Actually, Rob, we have a message from one of our audience members.
Yeah.
From Troy Jackson. He says we need to get you into Legion. So
I thought about Legion for a minute and then realized that I can't do it. There's no way. It's so. First of all, it looks awesome. I'm still bitter about Imperial Assault sort of like ending and then kind of taking its place. So there's like a personal investment. And then also, for the amount of time and brain power I put into X-Wing, yet don't ever really play. If I did that with Legion, my wife would divorce me, first of all. I don't have any place to put all those Tupperwares that I see those dudes rolling in with like, every time those guys are playing there at Gopher games, I'm just endlessly fascinated. Like if I'm playing X-Wing, like half my turns don't even matter because I'm just sort of like watching that. You know, they made like that one guy made like a he like 3D printed a TIE Defender just to be
had lights and everything in it. Oh my God!
Terrain. I was like,
I
don't want to have to like paint anything. That's also an issue with me.
Well, if it counts for anything, we actually have some very talented people at the shop that will paint things for you for a fee.
Don't tell me, man. Don't tell me this. This is not a good place.
We have both Cassie and Gary. Both.
If I went through with this, my marriage would be on your head. And
no, don't put that evil on me, man. Don't put that evil on me. But let's see this fire spray, man, because it'd be so cool.
So.
Oh wow!
Like, there's the teeth, and then like you can kind of see the eyes.
Yeah.
Up there.
Calvin. Oh my God, dude.
I know.
That's awesome.
So
really great.
And then so he did this, and I was like, I started working on a double fire spray list, and I was like, this is gonna be awesome. And then everything shut down. So I actually have not. So it's just been sitting in my tackle box.
So, one of the things that I really appreciate about just the gaming industry in general is that it allows you to not only be creative, to use that kind of side of your brain, because in normal life you don't get to do those things. You know, you're always about how do I pay bills and how do I take care of this and all that other stuff. As a person who is creative by nature, like with your work, you started a comedy troupe called Summer of Tears.
Yeah.
Yes. So, being that the hobby itself is a creative hobby, is there anything in it that you think is just kind of valuable in both your career and for your family?
For my family, absolutely not. They don't get. Actually, I will say that my wife was before I got made that first horrible mistake of buying Imperial Assault, and by horrible I mean life-changingly great. She was the one who was more in tapped into whatever like the best board game. She would every year around Christmas she would check out. There was like some website that would review the best board games of that year. Mm-hmm. So that's how we would end up getting like Ticket to Ride and like Pandemic. We like had bought all these games that we're slowly amassing. Every year we'd buy one or two of these like whatever the sort of the most celebrated games were before I went off the deep end. And she was like, I cannot follow you. We got into that first time I got that Ravenloft game. I was like, I finally got it, and I opened it up, and she saw like all the, because I was like, I need somebody to play with. You want to play with me? It says 2 players. And she's like, okay, yeah, fine. And like I opened it up, and she saw all the tokens and like the punch cards and all the thing, and she just, I could, like, the OCD in her started to like trip. Like, it wasn't. That was the last time she played it. She was like, "There's too many bits. I can't deal with the bits." But to answer your question, instead of spending 5 minutes not answering it, yeah, I feel like the intersection of like gaming and creativity for me personally, I noticed. I do a lot of improv. I've always had since college, and just like off and on been in schools and in troops and all that stuff, and didn't actually know how well it would apply to gaming until I GM'd my first game last year of the aforementioned Edge of the Empire, and it was so fun. Like, I was always so nervous to GM. I love playing, love doing D&D. I, started doing D&D in college, I think, and then started branching out from there, but had never actually like taken the reins before. And when I actually had it all laid out, like the story laid out in front of me, and knew what the characters were and familiar with everything, then when we actually started to play and the guys, their characters were doing whatever, like, it was so fun to use improv to, and I don't know if a lot of people who do DMing and GMing realize this, but you're full on improvising the entire time. Like, you can have this stuff laid out. You can be following a pre-written adventure, or you could be working on your own. But either way, you're going to get curveballs thrown at you by the players all the time. Especially if those players who are like, I don't know, I go into the bar and I light it on fire. And you're sort of like, okay, all right. But you have to think on your feet, and also keep the game fun for the players without, unless you're one of those horrible GMs who just like feels like you have an adversarial relationship with your players, which I don't agree with. Cool. So actually, the sort of my acting background and my improv background like came into play way more than I had realized it was going to, and I thought that was really cool. And actually, in doing that ended up fueling ideas for other stuff to make. Like, I actually made a short film based on a Dungeons and Dragons character that I had come up with in a game here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was because it was the first time that I had come up with a character for a role playing game where I actually was like, you know what, I'm gonna actually like role play this. I'm not gonna like min max it. Like, I'm gonna do the things that might not necessarily be the right move, but I'm gonna do it anyway because this is what the character would do. Which is odd for somebody who's an actor. You think I would just be doing that all the time, but sometimes I just default to like, well, I just want to win. I want to win this game. So I got to make sure that my character has the right bonuses and blah, blah, blah. But I played this elf named Cool Breeze, who I treated him as if he was having like a midlife crisis, like a mid-elf life crisis. So he was 200 years old, something like that. He was reaching like middle age as an elf, whatever that is, a couple hundred years old. And I was like, he's just going to constantly talk about how he was with like a party, and they couldn't keep up with him, so he just lit out. He just took off, and now he's on his own. And then slowly revealed that the party was his family that he just left, because he did the equivalent of like the guy who's like approaching 50 is like, I'm buying a Lamborghini, screw it, and then it just takes off and like leaves his family. Like, that's what Cool Breeze did. And then I started treating him as if he was. He thought that his charisma was a 20. His charisma on paper was like an 11, because that was just like the dump stat that I used.
Right.
But I'm like, my character doesn't know that. Like, my character's not looking at his sheet and being like, well, I have a crap charisma, so I'm not gonna say anything. So I would like when we would play, the guy who had like the most charisma, ironically, in real life was probably the most quiet. So we would come up against like an NPC who'd be like, well, what do you want to do? And then the high charisma guy wouldn't say anything. So then my character would be like, I got it, guys. Let me do this. They come out and just constantly, he just had me rolling checks constantly for charisma. And again, I was like an 11. And so but sometimes I would just roll like a 20 on them. And so it made me think in a completely different way of like, it's fun to like just see what happens. I don't want to like screw over the other players. I'm not going to like, I'm not going to Leroy Jenkins it or whatever, but I'm still going to do what the character would do.
Mhm.
And so I became so enamored with this character, and it was fun because, the guys that were playing were laughing, and it was just like a good time. And so I was like, I really love this character. So I was like, I want to make something where I'm playing this character, but I can't afford to make like a high fantasy short film.
Mhm.
So I made this movie with using a lot of the help from the crew on NCIS. Thank God they were willing to come over here on a weekend and make something ridiculous. But I made a short film about a single mom and her kid, and the kid is playing on the front lawn, and a portal opens up, and I come stumbling out of it with like the Legolas hair and like the ears and like a sword, and I'm totally that character. So I like basically like left my party to die and jumped through a portal that brought me to like the Earth realm, and now I'm like holding up with a single mom and her kid, and trying to tell them that I'm like a hero, when in actuality I like screwed over everybody back in like the D&D world. And I'm like told like I'm waiting, and now like everybody from the D&D world is like coming to like steal this like dragon gem thing. It was insane. It was ridiculous.
That's fantastic, man. Is this something we can find?
It will be eventually. There's like a rough cut of it, and I'm doing this whole like horrible thing where I'm like, there's a couple tweaks I want to make. I want to color time it differently, and then I've like kept giving myself excuses of like other things I should be working on. But I like, it's a goal to get it done this fall and like put it online. I mean, it's like 10, 12 minutes, something like that. It's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, I know that I want to see this, but I think the Go for Games audience would definitely want to see it.
Thanks. Yeah, I would actually. What I really want to do is develop a board game. I want to bring back the old VHS board games. We had to like hit play and then pause and then like play the game out and then hit play and pause again. But I want to do it where it's sort of like on an iPad or something like that. Have it because all these games like Imperial Assault and a lot of the other FFG games are having like this sort of integrated app stuff,
right?
Like, which is awesome because I can like either play it by yourself, or now with Imperial Assault, I can play it with my buddies without having to be the Empire. Like we can all be on the same team and playing it. And I thought it would be cool if we sort of try to bring back the old video board game where you lay out the tiles and stuff, you're playing with the minis, and then it's sort of like every scenario is bookended by these pre-made like short films that we make and then like integrate into the game. So it's like that's one of like 4,000 things I'm trying to work on.
Well, hopefully our friends over at Asmodee are watching this right now.
Oh, right. Yeah. Hey guys, give me a call. Doing nothing.
just remember, if this love trial happens, Asmodee, Go for Games wants to be a part of it. So
the launch party for sure.
Well, Rob, once again, we want to say thank you so much for being a part of this. We really appreciate you taking some time out of your day to
of course,
and talk to the Go for Games audience.
Oh, you guys have been so awesome to me ever since I got here, and I never would have come in and hung out there if you guys weren't so welcoming and encouraging of it. So thank you.
Well, once again, Rob, we want to say thank you so much. It's been an honor to have you on our show. This is definitely one of the highlights of what we've done for.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Yeah, this has been the highest point, I'd say.
Besides,
Awesome. We'll keep it up. It's great.
Huh?
Besides, like, hang out with me.
I'm into the show, but if you're gonna get like cry about it,
Well, Rob, once again, thank you so much, man. We look forward to seeing you again when the world is not crazy.
For sure.
We will have some awesome ships for you.
There, day one.
Yeah, definitely. Sir, thank you. We will see you again soon.
Bye, guys.
Wow, that was cool, man. Oh my God. Oh,
I can just listen to him talk for like.
He tells great stories, man. He really does.
Good
That
storytellers
was so
are hard to
cool.
find. We have Will, we have Rob. That's it.
Oh, a Force of Will and Rob collaboration where they tell stories against each other?
Against each other? No, with each other. Why would you want them to fight?
I don't know. I feel like
Be more peaceful, man. All right, what's next, man?
All right, I think now we have
This
a
crazy
small segment.
And it's fun that he was mentioning things that are app integrated.
Yes.
Moving into it.
Zach and Max, pick of the century, of the month, of the week.
Sorry about that. Awkward.
Hold on. 3, 2, 1.
All right. Sorry about that. That was very awkward. We are looking into a new streaming service.
We are. It's just there was too much magic with Rob Kerkovich that it blew up our streaming. So yeah. Anyways, this is our pick. It is Chronicles of Crime. This is a really fantastic game from Lucky Duck Games, and the neat thing about it is it uses an integrated app, which allows you to both walk through the crime scene and interact with different things that are in it through an AR style program, and then you use your camera from that app or your tablet and your phone or your tablet, and you can scan the different suspects or items from the board game, and then are able to interact with them. Taking the bloody shovel to the criminal investigator, or you can go to the medical investigator and talk about the contusions that were on the back of the head of the murder victim. It's just really fantastic. It is something that is both easy to play because you don't need to read any rules. You just get started with the app and you just get going. It tells you everything to do, and it's very inclusive because you can play either a single player mode or up to 4 people, and everyone contributes.
So would you say when this comes to this game and how it works on the phone, the future is now?
I hate you. God, I hate you. But no, it is a really fantastic game. I highly recommend this. Definitely, please check this game out from Lucky Duck. They are going to add a second set. They have some expansions. The 2 expansions right now are Noir, which does crimes in the 1920s, and then there is one for Redview, which is in the 1980s. And we would like to say goodbye to Cassie. She's passing past us. But yes, check this out. Lucky Duck Games, really awesome. We would really like you guys to check this one out. It's a lot of fun. But now we are down to the wire. It is almost time to finish the show. We have a couple of things left to talk about. What do we got?
All right, there's a couple of things. So, the Manticore Paint Night.
Manticore.
The emails for your Zoom invite will be coming to you probably late tonight, early tomorrow morning, just depending on when Zoom feels like sending them out. So this is the model. I have mine here. Look at that adorable little boy. This is what you're going to be painting with me. So that's going to take, I put it tentatively for 3 hours. I don't think we're going to be together that long, but I reserved the Zoom time. So that's going to be really exciting. We have 1 Manticore left at the store. 1. If y'all want to, join in last minute, anything like that. So we do have 1 left. These guys finally came in. I know people have been waiting for a while, along with the ARC Troopers. Is the BX Battle Droid, the BX Commando Droids. Look at their little shields. Isn't that cool? Oh, you can see my kitchen. No.
On the camera.
Yeah. So aren't those cool? Look at the little shields. It's great. So that's just one more thing. And then also the raffle that we announced last week has been going so well. And I just encourage anyone who is interested in that secret layer, just hop on in and get it. Those fetch lands are so nice. And we've had such a good response from it. And of course, you get a free Ralph's ticket if you get any VIP kits, which those have been selling like hotcakes.
They have been.
Have the VIP kits been selling like hotcakes, or the hotcakes been selling like VIP kits?
Both.
Wrong. Hotcakes are non-existent anymore. Sorry. What? So Joe Beats tell the feed. So.
I'm sorry, not cool.
No, you're not cool. You're not cool. So the biggest thing everyone's been waiting for, and we're down to the wire giveaways.
Let's give some stuff away, man. It's my favorite part of the show.
Away.
All right, so the first thing is this awesome Rocket Raccoon model from Night Models. Kakko-chan, show us who won. Do we not have the Kakko-chan?
The last video we did blew the string. Not like it. Amanda Ingersoll? No, Demins.
Amanda Demins?
My thing messed up her last name. I'll find the last name I meant.
Okay.
It's Amanda.
Well, Miss Amanda, you won this.
It's for
It's going to
you.
be at the shop with your name on it whenever you're able to come by. All right. We'd also like to say thank you to our friends over at Battlefront Miniatures. They gave us this fantastic gift package to give away. So the first thing is a 3-pack.
Oh, yeah.
Flames of
Lots
War.
of Flames of War.
British tanks. So definitely, this is going to go to some lucky viewer today.
Fun for the whole family.
Let us see. Who's it going to? Wow. He is running fast
That is
today.
intense.
A lot of names. I'm gonna mess those up names. Matthew Shanahan.
Matthew Shanahan, congratulations. These wonderful Flames of War tanks are yours. They'll be at the shop with your name on it. And also from our friends over at Battlefront Miniatures, Team Yankee American book, the new one, World War III, G.I. Joe versus Cobra, basically.
You can't say that. Packer, you get sued.
I barely speak English.
Oh, God.
David Perskindola.
David Paraskindopoulos.
You get so excited from you yourself. I saw you bring it back real fast. I was like, come on.
Anyways, this is for you, brother. All right. And then we have these. So Gary has been cleaning out the back room
Yeah.
and finding little treasures.
He's also
left
been
and right.
yelling at us.
He's been yelling at me a lot. He's like, "Why are you keeping this?" Anyways, we found some old
Leather
War of the
wristbands.
Spark leather wristbands. So this is for you to remember your Nickelback days, or
I was about to hit me. I was like,
Oh,
oh,
no.
waving them around.
but yes, we have one. We have one for each 3 people. So let's do it.
One for each 3 people.
One for each 3 people. I'm done. It's over.
Chris Marshall.
Chris Marshall, congratulations!
I think I still have his Funkoverse too.
No, he came in. He already picked it up.
Okay.
And he got his mug.
I have another Funkoverse or something.
Bill Mazerat.
Bill!
Lisa Moran.
Lisa
Moran.
The Morans always
always
come
bring
up.
something.
They always come up Millhouse.
All right, now the last thing, the major thing, is that going to be on here, or is that on our Facebook?
What's that?
The Asmodee thing.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
So we want to say thank you to everyone who liked and shared our posts about having Rob Kerkovich on our show, and we really appreciate it. Of all those people, we have already determined the winner. The winner is.
Wait, what it is?
Yes. Oh, yes. We have a photo.
It's a nice few games.
We have a great prize package from Asmodee. It is $100 of their product, and then we also included $100 ourselves.
I was about to say.
So yeah,
definitely more than $100.
just to say thank you so much for sharing our page, our show. We really appreciate it. We have Project Elite, fantastic survival game.
Survival Tower Defense.
Survival Tower Defense.
Really cool.
Clask. It is the coolest magnetic foosball air hockey style game.
You saw me get swept with it a few weeks ago. It was bad.
Yeah, because he a punk.
Yeah.
And then finally, of course, our favorite, our both favorite, the Arkham Horror
card game.
LCG. So anyways, so who gets to take this home?
Matthew.
I already knew who it is.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's
Yes.
Yeah. So this is a gentleman. He recently came back to town, and of course, this was all random, but I met him for the first time a few weeks ago, and he's been coming in and playing Pokemon so much recently. Michael Lemaire.
Hey!
So we appreciate you so much for the support you show the shop, and for helping us get the word out that we're going to have a very special guest. So thank you so much. Those 3 will be at the shop for you, just to have some fun with your friends.
Yeah, absolutely. And whenever you want to come to the big leagues and take on the champion for class, I'm here, homie.
Just
I'm
slap
here.
them around a bit. It's fine. All right.
Well, guys, we do have to get back to the store.
Yeah,
we have to get out of the
big
Gopher
show.
Den
Yeah.
and get back to the shop and keep the things going. We want to say thank you to our guest, Rob
Thank you
Kerkovich.
so much.
Thank you so much for being on the show. It was so cool of you to take some time out and talk to us about geeky things. It was really nice. So thank you very much. We want to thank our tech team for pulling everything together. We changed locales. We were trying to be busy, get things going. There's still a couple of technical difficulties, but it's growing pains. We're trying to make the show better for our audience. And finally, we want to thank you guys, the audience, for showing up. We would not be here if it weren't for you guys. So once again, thank you guys. Don't forget, we want to say thank you to Asmodee for sponsoring the show and giving a really great prize package away.
Yeah.
We want to say thank you to Battlefront Miniatures for giving us the ability to give away some cool product. I want to personally say thank you to Miss Kennedy Borton, our Asmodee rep.
Asmodee Queen.
She's Yas Queen,
Yes.
our Asmodee Queen, because without her, we would not have been able to do the cool things with Asmodee that we're doing. And yeah. Thanks, guys. Have a great week. Check us out next week, Saturday, 5:30.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See y'all later.
Bye.